If you're trying to lock in 2026 as a young guy, these are the 3 things that you need to be focusing on relentlessly to become a main character in 2026. The first one is going to be developing the female gaze physique. So you need to be building a physique that is universally attractive to females. And the features of this are below 15% body fat, so you're lean and you're aesthetic. You have a wide clavicular region with a V-taper, and I talk about this all the time in all my videos. The V-taper physique is what is attractive to girls. You can see here, I've got that V-taper pumping, and I'm less than 15% body fat. My abs are showing, and I look lean. I have vascularity flowing everywhere in the arms and then the shoulders, and I have a slender and long framing aesthetic, which makes me look more aesthetic and more contrasting, and my shape looks better. And while I am tall, this can still be achieved, which is what I'm going to explain to you how to do. And then finally, my muscle bellies are full. You can see here, my muscles look full and they look very pumped, full of carbs, full of blood, full of energy, full of everything. And that's how you are going to get the female gaze physique. That's exactly what the female gaze physique is. Look like a superhero, look like a movie star. And the benefits of this is not only going to be attraction, but it's going to be giving you 100 times confidence when you are actually in good shape, when you have visible six-pack, when you have a V-taper, when you look aesthetic. You have unbelievable confidence because you know that if you're in any situation where you need to take your shirt off, you look like a fucking Greek god. You know that you look better than 99% of the male population. You know that you have built the physique that girls actually biologically lust for. As well, you're going to achieve optimal hormone function. Building a good physique, being lean, guys, is going to help you to function properly, have good testosterone, and have high signals of masculinity and health overall, which is not only going to be perfect for attracting girls and looking attractive and looking aesthetic, but for your own sake, for your own health, for your own longevity, it's going to be perfect. And as well, you're visually striking. You walk out in public, you go to the beach, you go to the river, you go to any place where you have your shirt off and you look amazing. People stare at you, people look at you twice. That's going to feed into that ego, feed into that extra confidence. And as well, in shirts, you look awesome. You have a well-tapered physique, you're wearing the right stuff, which is what I'm going to explain to you. And you're just overall becoming undeniable. Bro, if you don't know who I am, my name's Jay, and it's my mission to help guys go from insecure losers to become undeniable, well-rounded men. And you can check the link in the description for Project Undeniable, which is where I teach this in depth, well beyond this video. But with that being said, we're going to go over the strategy on how you can achieve the female gaze physique. And this is pretty broad, but this is the main staple, the main understanding of what you need to do. You need to be training 3 to 5 times a week, non-negotiable. In the gym, lifting weights, focusing on bodybuilding. Second thing is you need to focus on the gaze geometry, which again is what we spoke about here. It is these factors here: vascularity, slender and long framing, wide clavicular region with V-taper, and low body fat percentage. So you're going to be developing your things like your lats, your shoulders, your abs, the aesthetic muscle groups which make girls attracted to you. And you're going to be focusing on a whole food approach using the 80-20 rule. Eat good shit, eat meat, eggs, fruit, all the good hormone boosting, health boosting foods that we're now aware of, and 20% you can slack off a little bit. But if you're really trying to go extreme, go 90-10, 95-5. If you have the discipline to do that, that is perfect. It's only going to help you even more. But for the main thing, 80-20, most of the time follow the good things. And sometimes, if you're training right, if you're doing the right things, you can get away with having some goy slop every now and again. Minimize stress and sleep 8 hours. Optimize your recovery. This is non-negotiable for everything else I'm going to explain as well. And boost your testosterone biomarkers. Look, these are things like eating right, recovering well, lifting properly, and doing the right things. And I explain this more in Project Undeniable, how I was able to boost mine to outside of the natural range, top 1% testosterone, and build a great physique like this. I'll go over that in more depth later. But for the most part, these are the things you need to be focusing on. Now, the second thing that you need to be focusing on if you're trying to become undeniable, trying to become a real man, trying to become a main character inside of 2026 is to become physically dangerous and capable in at least one martial art. Too many guys are coping, too many guys that think that having a physique will save them, will do everything they need in life. There is no point in having a good physique and looking pretty without being able to dome someone, without being able to knock someone out and protect yourself, right? The purpose of getting in a fight gym, going and actually punching something and getting punched in the face is to build a circle of capable men who have your back, right? because you're going to meet guys in there who understand the pain and the discipline required to fight as well. You're going to get a male bond through meeting these people and displaying aggression and emotion. When you punch someone in the face, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel what they feel. You're going to feel that anger feeling, and you're going to learn what it's like to get hit in the face as well. So many guys think that having the physique, like I said, will save them, but you get hit in the face, bro, and it's a completely different feeling. Getting punched in the nose and fucking knocked is so much more painful and so much more hard to handle and cope with than going through a painful set of bicep curls in the gym. Yeah, you can pull faces and stuff, but it's when you actually take a hit, take some damage, and feel what it's like, what it would be like in a real street fight, in a real dangerous killer environment. That's when you wake up and you realize, holy fuck, I need to not only look pretty, I need to be capable as well. And it's through doing this, through getting in this fight gym and doing stuff like learning a martial art, that you're going to be able to manage your emotions way better, and impatience. I've been doing martial arts for a short time now, and I already feel I have such a bigger zen, such a more competent and more understanding mind, and I'm patient and I understand if I'm capable, if I'm dangerous, and there's no need to lash out. And it's generally just overall developed my mind into a better thing. And again, the benefits of being in a combat sport, you're not only going to be able to look pretty, but you're also going to be dangerous, right? Being able to kick someone in the head on command is a sign of power. You will feel confident around your loved ones. You'll be able to protect them. And honestly, for dating, this is a dating halo. If a girl knows that she can be confident and she can feel safe around you, that if any danger comes your way, you're going to be able to fend them off, then that is just going to make her fall into your frame even more, because that is just a pure trait of masculinity. Girls want to be protected and guys have to do the protecting. So if we can actually look good, look like we can protect her, and we can be functional, that is the perfect way to become undeniable, become a main character, be well-rounded, which is exactly what we're trying to go for. And the next thing is the confidence that you get from knowing that if someone starts on you, you can absolutely just fucking destroy them. There is no better feeling than knowing this, than knowing that you can beat the average guy in hand-to-hand combat in the most primal, pure form of combat. And the final thing is the boosted athleticism. This is supreme cardio. Ever since I started, my cardio has boosted through the roof. It doesn't matter if I'm going on a run. I went on a run and I could run double, like twice as long as I used to be able to. The cardio you get from doing fighting is just unmatched. It's a different type of cardio. It's stemmed from adrenaline as well. It's not just a chill run where you're kind of using your lungs and your heart to pump. It's like a fucking scared thing. When you're sparring against someone, when you're versing someone, when you're trying not to get hit in the face, you're using a different type of fucking energy, and it gasses you out so much more. And then on top of the actual physical requirement of punching and kicking and blocking all this stuff, it's going to put you into great, fantastic shape, burn heaps of calories as well. I'm able to eat way more and still lose fat when I'm doing martial arts. So it's only benefits from that. How do we actually start? What's the protocol? Well, firstly, I would recommend to get one-on-one lessons as soon as you can. That's what I've been doing, to speed track my progress and get up to speed with all the other people who've been doing it for years. And I have intentions to go and do a fight at the end of this year. So that's what I need to do. Now, other than that, you want to be learning basic combos and basic kicks, basic things like punching and kicking. Instead of going for, jogs like a pussy, actually focus on something that's going to have real world results. Punch the bag, kick the bag, focus on technique, focus on combos, gas yourself out, feel what it's like to actually feel true, proper fatigue from something that's way more efficient, way more effective, and has way more carryover in real life. And the final thing is you want to get yourself into a fight gym and you want to start sparring as soon as possible, because it's going to give you that mindset altering development, that just total reinvention of yourself, where you understand the real world is harder than it seems and you don't want to get punched in the face, so you have to be able to protect yourself. You have to become well-rounded. And number 3, the other thing that we need to do, absolutely essential to become a main character, not only act and be capable, but also look like one in 2026 to become undeniable, the full well-rounded package, is to work on our masculine presentation. And so many guys completely ignore this. We don't only want to be able to fight and be capable and be strong and look good, we also want to look like the total package, and we want to lean into our mature, masculine, polarizing frame, because that's how we're going to get social and dating success. And the features of leaning into our masculine presentation is the accentuation, the boost, the illusion of creating our masculine features into something that looks better. Our muscles, our frame, our shape, and our other halo features like our face and like our positive features that we have genetically, we need to be boosting that to achieve optimal attraction and optimal presence. And one of the features of this is falling into a certain archetype that determines universal attraction. Now, the reason we do this is because it makes us look like the full package. It makes us align with what girls find universally attractive. What I mean by this is there are certain celebrities, there are certain archetypes like Aquaman, for example, who leans into this big masculine brute, long hair, beard, tattoo aesthetic. And if you can put yourself into that aesthetic as well, that archetype is what it's called, then you are appearing similar to that archetype, which is naturally attractive, universally attractive. And there's a bunch of different archetypes. For example, I'm leaning more into the bad boy or the Casanova, some type of like dark, tall, dark and handsome feature archetype. And I dress accordingly and I act accordingly. And that aligns me with what is very attractive to a lot of females, that universal attraction archetype. And I'm going to make a video on archetypes in the future so you can understand which one you fall into and how to optimize yourself towards that for optimal attraction. But we all start with some bias towards one. You just have to unlock it and you just have to experiment and figure it out. But the extra benefit of doing this and being masculine and presenting yourself in this type of way, tailored to a certain archetype, is it packages your fitness and it packages your competence without making you look cringe or look like a gym cell. Because a lot of guys are just going to the gym, building a good physique, sure, but then they're wearing stupid clothes and they're making themselves look stupid and making themselves seem one-dimensional, like all they care about is the gym. And that is a super big red flag that many girls have told me about, that they hate, and they commend me that I'm not just a gym junkie addict. You have to be subtle with it. You have to act like these things, this ability to fight, this ability to be fit and jacked and aesthetic and sexy, they just fell into your lap. Obviously you had to work for them, and obviously girls know this, but they don't want to know that. They just want to know that you come as the total package and that you're the well-rounded man. You do this by not obsessing over one thing and being well-rounded, but also making it look like you don't care that much, like you're subtly just well-rounded and aesthetic and attractive and competent. And the final feature of presenting ourselves properly is by keeping it simple, so we can frame the person ourselves as the standout. We don't want to be wearing any stupid clothing, any outrageous stuff. We want our looks, our naturally acquired aesthetics, physique, confidence, everything like that, to be manifested and to be, put through the world and make us stand out, not what we're wearing. Everything is an accentuation, everything is an extension, a bonus, an amplification of the true main product, the true main prize, which is us. I want to go through some wardrobe staples that you need to have as a young guy if you're trying to look undeniable, you're trying to look aesthetic, and you're trying to look classy. I fall into the more of a bad boy, darker archetype, so this is more tailored to me, but I think it can still work for any guy. A few wardrobe staples that you need to have to present yourself in a masculine aesthetic way is to have heaps of plain black, white, and grey shirts, slim fit particularly, especially if you've been going to the gym. We want to amplify the size of our arms. We want to make it look subtle and make it look attractive and increase our sex appeal, having our forearms and our biceps showing in slim fit shirts that taper well around the shoulders and the chest as well. Going to make us more aesthetic, and it's going to accentuate our V-taper physique, because so many guys are wearing stupid oversized clothing. They go to the gym, make some good gains, but they make themselves look like they haven't lifted a day in their life. Why would you want to hide what you've built? You want to be showing it off, but in a way that is subtle, but still there, so people know what you have, but you're not being a show pony about it. It just looks crafted and it looks subtle and natural. The second thing is baggy jeans and pants, so we can help max out our frame and our shape, because we're trying to go for the X frame where we have a lot of mass in the lower body and then it tapers into a thin waist and then it goes back out to wide shoulders. It's going to create a lot of contrast and a lot of shape and a lot of geometry, which is what I talk about in many of my videos on how to be attractive and how to be aesthetic. Then we're going to only go for minimal logo clothing. Like I said, too many guys are walking around with not only oversized dumb fit clothing, but shit that has massive graphics and things that take away from us being the standout. Yes, if you have a crazy flair for style and you have some outlandish style that is attractive and gets you compliments, sure, go for it. But for the most of us guys, we need to just be keeping it simple. Let the physique, let the confidence, and let the social prowess do the talking. Wear simple stuff. You can see in this picture, I'm literally wearing simple clothing, no logos to be seen. And it makes you just look better. It makes it easier to shape clothes. It makes it easier to put together outfits. Everything becomes easier. Also, get yourself some simple jewelry, and this is archetype dependent. I'd make a deeper video on this in the future, but for me, I just go with a simple chain and some shit around my wrist. Goes clean. Silver, grey, black, and darker colors are my kind of aesthetic, so going for that monochrome look suits me perfectly. And then as well, you want to get yourself some white, grey or black sneakers or trainers. These go with everything, pretty dynamic. You can wear them wherever and they just work perfectly. And the benefit of having these staples in your wardrobe is you can mix them together pretty easily without having to worry about having a fucking bright pink shirt and fucking yellow shorts and then the next day wanting to change it up and wear something different, but you can't put an outfit together. Because that's something that I struggled with heaps. I used to wear stupid outfits, red shorts, yellow shirt, white socks, black sneakers. There's a picture of me. It was stupid and it made me look like shit. Even though I had some muscle, I looked dumb and it just threw off my attractiveness completely. Now I dress like this, masculine, polarizing, attractive, and it got me real world results. Trust me. Things you have to do right now to amplify your masculine presentation. Number one is to clean out your old clothes that your mum bought you. Stop dressing like a child. I just mentioned it. I used to do this myself. I've thrown out all my stuff. I picked what I want to wear. I wear simple shit only, daily on repeat. Black t-shirts, beaters, like singlets that are simple colors with minimal logo, as you can see right here. A hat, things that make my, halo features like my shoulders and my width stand out. And this is what's going to help to signal control and power and just a smooth calmness, a smooth criminal feel about you. You need to walk slower, hold eye contact, and honestly, you need to assume acceptance and attraction, right? You need to walk through the world. You need to put in your mind that you are attractive and then that people are looking at you in a positive way, not a negative. And honestly, it's when you become undeniable and when you can fight, when you look good and have an aesthetic physique, when you have confidence, you can manifest this into the real world and you can have affirmations toward yourself and tell yourself, yeah, I'm the fucking shit. I'm the fucking guy. I'm undeniable. I've got all these well-rounded traits. And when you follow these three things, that's what you'll be. You will be well-rounded. You will be undeniable. You will have that main character energy. You will stand out. So just follow these things inside of 2026. Focus on the female gaze physique. Focus on a combat sport. Focus on presenting yourself like a man who is actually competent. And this will allow you to be better than most guys. This will allow you to stand out. You have all realms covered. Then you just need to focus on how you're being socially and some other behavioral things, and you should be fine. You'll be able to make friends, get girls, do all the things that you want, right? And again, if you need extra help with this, you can join Project Undeniable by checking the link below. It's where I put everything together in my whole self-improvement journey, how I've had one of the craziest glow-ups and how you can do exactly the same and get what you really want in life. With that being said, remember that progress is purpose, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.